guys.
Wait. Hi guys, we're doing a shout out video. This is my cousin Jessica.
Hello.
I'm in France, so she doesn't know English, so we're going to be doing shout outs. First shout out goes to Richard. You're annoying and a freak and a fob, but I still love you. But shout out to you. Shout out to
Christia. Shout out to you. I love you so much.
I don't even know her. Her name is Cynthia, but yeah, she doesn't know English that well. But shout out to Nicole, Nikki Bette. You're pretty. But shout out to you. Shout out to
Miriam.
Shout out to Miriam Umbe.
Yes.
Shout out to you. Shout out to Toby Adebisi and Monty Adebisi. Shout out to the devotees.
Shout out to Baraka.
Yeah, shout out to Baraka. Shout out to Amy Valentine Nugent. Shout out to you.
Shout out to
Shout out to Olamide Yusuf. Shout out to you. And shout out to Chuck. Chuck, you have nice lips. Really like full on, but like yeah. Shout out to you. Shout out to Susan Shore Hall. You're my year. You're kind of weird and funny. You're cute. Shout out to Iman, Uncle Iman. I fucking adore you so much. You're like the best person ever. Shout out to you. Shout out to Ruth Bubs. Shout out to you.
Shout out to Habi Taisa Yusuf. Yes.
Oh my god, her English is so bad. Shout out to Abby Tasha Yusuf. Shout out to you. Shout out to Timmy Dapo and Philly Dapo. Shout out to the both yous.
Shout out to Elizabeth.
Yeah, shout out to Elizabeth Jobede. Shout out to you. Shout out to Carla Function. You know I'm in France, I haven't seen you. But shout out to you.
Shout out to Anderson Lemon.
Yeah, shout out to Anderson Leman. Shout out to you. Shout out to Katja Mackenzie. Shout out to you. Shout out to, oh my gosh, shout out to Washington, my cousin. I love you, even though you call me Sonic and Alien. But shout out to you.
Shout out to Gracia Moala.
Yeah, shout out to Gracia. Shout out to Nisha Mooney. You're my skill. But shout out to you. I don't talk to you, but shout out to you. Shout out to Dulcie Makasi. Shout out to Catherine Tite, whatever her name is. Shout out to you and to your brother as well, even though he doesn't like me, but shout out to you, to the both of you. Shout out to
Nikos.
Yeah, shout out to Nico. Even though you're a dickhead, but like you're sound and annoying sometimes and very cheeky. But shout out to you. Shout out to Chris Navinga. I haven't talked to you in years. But shout out to you. Shout out to Ayo.
Jeremy.
Oh yeah, shout out to Jeremy and your twin. Shout out to the both yous, even though you didn't like the status, but shout out to you.
Shout out to Mika. Shout out to Mika Alignments.
Yeah, shout out to Mika. Shout out to you. Shout out to Anto Adewis Wusi, whatever your last name is. But yeah.
Shout out to Anthony.
I just said his name.
Anthony Adewis.
Shut up! Shout out to whatever Anto. Shout out to you. Shout out to Ajikato. You're like so horny. I don't know why. But like I love you. You're really sound and pretty. Shout out to Katrina Murdoch and Fiona Murdoch. You don't feel Fiona didn't like the status, but like shout out to the both years. Shout out to Afiz. Shout out to you, Afiz. Shout out to Dame Oye, Aroy EA. Is that how you say your name? Sorry if I can't say it, but like shout out to the both of you. I mean shout out to you. Shout out to Shannon Bonelli. Shout out to you. Shout out to Dennis Hazel. Oh yeah, shout out to your brother as well. He's nice and sound. Shout out to you. To the boat, yeah. Shout out to
Caleb Mumbongo.
Yeah, shout out to Caleb. I absolutely adore you. You're so funny. And you shaved off your bleeding mohawk for no reason. But like, shout out to you. Shout out to Sharice McMahon. Shout out to you.
Shout out to Sandy.
Oh yeah, shout out to Sandy, my yellow sherry cocoa. I love you so much, man. Shout out to, did I say Chris Play? Well, shout out to Chris Play. I think that's it. I think, did I say Io? I think I did. Oh yeah, shout out to Ronke. You didn't like the status, but like, shout out to you. And shout out to Mono, Makio. I adore you so much. Shout out to Crispy. Crispy. Haven't seen you like in 3 weeks and I miss you. I fucking love you, man. But like, shout out to you. Oh, shout out to like Fine Killers and the Ghosts and shit. Yeah, like shout out to you. I think that's it. Oh, did I say Melrose? Well, shout out to Melrose and shout out to Gracia Mole. Shout out to the whole lot of you. Shout out to my school. Shout out to my parents. But like, yeah, shout out to you. Shout out to oh yeah, shout out to Saul though. You didn't like the status, but like, shout out to you. I think that's it. Oh, shout out to Wrong Mail Road. We were in my school last year, but like, oh, shout out to Clash the Breed people. Well, shout out to you.
Shout out to Catchy.
No. Oh, shout out to Kasara Usman. I don't even know if you're gonna see this video, but shout out to you. Shout out to I think that's it. Yeah, shout out to all the pretty people out there. And no. Oh, shout out to Sephora Lumumbe. Shout out to you. Even though you didn't like it, but shout out to you. Who else is there to shout out?
Shout out to you.
No. Just don't. Just show. I think that's all. If you didn't get a shout out, I'm sorry. I still love you though, but yeah, shout out to all the Facebook people out there. Who else there to give to a shout out? I'm gonna give out a shout out to I already said her name, right?
We're supposed to say two.
Yeah, I think so as well. But like, oh, yeah, shout out to Plamedy, and Valdi, and Winnie, and also the Abba Britain girls out there. Shout out to the whole lot is. Gonna say something. My cousin is shy. That's a shout out video, guys. Okay, bye.
Bye.